Okay, so we are off for back in Biceps Day. It's currently around 9:30ish, and I am getting ready to head back to my main gym again to hit a quick back in Biceps Day for around an hour. Well, actually, the time limit doesn't really apply today because I'm not rushed because of having to get to work on time or anything. I work the late shift. So, early morning lift, feeling pretty good. What's been going on? This morning I got up and I went to the orthodontist for teeth stuff. And that's about it. Haven't eaten breakfast, gotten some good hydration in though. Mostly during my cut, I do the intermittent fasting type thing or whatever. I mean, that's really just the main reason. That's the fancy way of saying I don't want to eat breakfast. Because I don't really like eating breakfast all that much. Except on certain days. Like, I like breakfast food. I just like breakfast. I'm not really hungry in the mornings. I like getting more substantial lunches and dinners in than really eating breakfast. And some people are wired that way and some people aren't. Like, I know a lot of people that love breakfast and a lot of people that are like me and are not huge breakfast fanatics. But yeah, that's about how it feels. My arms are looking kind of big because I think this shirt is getting too small on me. So today might be the last day that I wear my big bright red shirt. I might have to change to something different, but yeah, that's basically how it's feeling. I saw something interesting the other day. I thought about sharing with you guys. It was talking about I was listening to something. I don't exactly know what it was. It might have been a podcast or something. No, I was reading one of my books. The book I had talked about before was just taking me a while, and the book was talking about body dysmorphia and stuff and how bad it is and how to avoid it and stuff like that. And it was talking about that our society has kind of become this has kind of founded this need to look at ourselves and kind of focus on ourselves, how we appear to others. And so that kind of involves looking at ourselves a lot more like critically and looking at ourselves in the mirror a lot, like just looking at mirrors in general. It was talking about the fact that it talked about lifters who looked at the mirror like hundreds of times a day because they were so focused on the way they looked, and they had a literally medically diagnosed form of body dysmorphia because they looked at themselves so much. And so they said their solution to that type of body dysmorphia was to literally proactively get rid of some of the mirrors in their house. And they only had 2 mirrors in their house, and the lifters would even shower in the dark because they didn't want to look at their physiques and stuff and judge themselves that much while they were in those parts of the day where they were naked and could actually see themselves. So I thought that was crazy interesting because obviously we're not knowing that information. All of us lifters that may have struggles with body dysmorphia, we're not going to go shower in the dark. That might be a little extreme, but yeah, my advice for the day is I made a community post recently, and it was asking you guys if body dysmorphia was a struggle for you, and a lot of you relayed most of the posts said that it was a struggle, and some of you guys went into the comments and relayed some really heartbreaking stories about how heartbreaking but uplifting stories about how you've struggled with the body dysmorphia, but you're kind of getting better with it, but that it used to be a bigger struggle for you. But also in general, I know body dysmorphia becomes a thing when you're seriously lifting, because lifting, the genesis of it for a lot of people is comparing yourself to others. But genuinely, I want to say in my journey, and I think your journey as well, you should not compare yourself to others, and you should create a journey that is wholly for yourself and doesn't involve like anybody else's perceptions, because that makes you feel healthier, that makes you lift healthier, that makes you, you know, a better lifter in general. When you're doing it for the purposes of, okay, it's me against me, it's not me against this imaginary threat, this imaginary physique, this imaginary person. It's entirely you versus, you know, creating a better version of yourself. But that is my advice for the day. Try to proactively create ways not to look at yourself in the mirror, and try to proactively create ways to not judge yourself as harshly. So yeah, that's my little spiel. My hair's kind of messy, but it's been messy lately, so that's okay. But yeah, I don't care. Like, that's the thing, me filming has me like looking at myself, but I'm learning not to care in order to, you know, relay these messages to you guys, because I don't look at myself in the mirror that much. The ways I see myself is in this camera, but I'm trying to deliver this message to you guys. So I'm trying to actively be able to look at myself and not care at the same time. Because if you are in a position where you're filming yourself, or in a position where like you're getting used to a camera and stuff, you are going to see yourself a lot more than you probably are used to, or probably even some of you would like to. But just proactively know it's not that big of a deal. You don't have to worry about, you know, the way you look, because most people don't care. Most people aren't paying attention. But yeah, I'm going to go inside and I'll see you guys in a minute. I don't know why I did a zoom in, but here we go. All right, so we are back in the car after a full back in biceps day. Well, partially full. The only things I didn't do were the ab movements, but I realized that the ab movements don't really involve weights or a bunch of weighted things, or at least they don't have to. And I kind of want to show, I'm missing showing off lifts to you guys. So Editor Miles, throw in the clips of me doing the backyard ab movements here. Okay, so first what we're gonna do is we're gonna do scissor kicks, and then second we're gonna do crunches and sit-ups, like alternate it back and forth with each other. And yeah, we're gonna have a 17-second rest period with scissor kicks, and I think I'm going to do those first because those will take up less time. So let's get into it. abs are hurting. Okay, that was 2 sets of 50 though, with the 17-second rest period. I'm gonna rest for a second. It's nice out here today. I woke up this morning and everything was like breezy and not exactly like sun beaten down, so that was nice. And then and yeah, it was like much nicer than the other days, which felt kind of weird because I wasn't used to everything yet. It really makes me kind of excited for how fall's gonna go, because I love fall weather so much, but you know, it only feels like it's there for like a really short period of time before winter hits really hard. So we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see how things go. Yeah, while I'm resting, I guess I'll tell you guys, I'm thinking about ordering a couple new pump covers, because I just got my paycheck in, and I thought about either getting some new microphones or getting some new pump covers, but I might wait for the microphones for a Black Friday sale, or like, you know, closer to time when I actually need them more, when I'm actually filming in the gym. Once I find a stable gym place to film at, then I can worry about getting microphones, because I keep getting kicked out of everywhere. But yeah, that'll be when I need them a little bit more. But yeah, go ahead and transition into 3 sets, 20 reps, 20 reps of crunches, or 10 reps of crunches, and then transition into full sit-ups, and do that 3 times for the last 60 reps, and then my workout will be done for the day. So let's go ahead. Oh, actually, I did 15. Okay, well, I guess we got 15 sit-ups. I wasn't paying attention. I got in the days. Okay, 15 each. That means I might turn it around, and for the next set I'll only do 5 of each, and then I'll go ahead and hit the last one just like normal. I just got in the daze thinking about random stuff, so that's why I got all distracted and couldn't really focus. Yeah, I feel like when I'm grunting, I try not to grunt, because all the like fitness YouTubers I watch that grunt, it's like, it's a little weird just sitting there listening to people, you know, grunt and like moan and make noises like that. But you know, it's just kind of par for the course with how I guess like trying your full strength works. It's just sometimes you might not always have the best form. Sometimes you might be pushing really to failure, and you're gonna make ugly lifting faces, and you're gonna grunt every single time you rep out a set. But that's just kind of is how it is. You know, just at some points it's just harder than others. But yeah, I got all kinds of crap on me from laying on the ground. I probably need to go through and vacuum up our porch a little bit, just because it gets dirty from, you know, everything, all the seasonal changes, all the leaves blowing through, all the dust blowing through, just stuff like that, cobwebs, all that jazz. But yeah, I'll go ahead and transition into the next part of the lift, or not lift, part of the workout, because this isn't really lifting, this is just working out. Let's go ahead and do it. Oh crap. I wish I had weights to hold my legs, to hold my feet down. Okay, no, we're gonna plant our feet on the ground as best as possible. They're still gonna lift up a little bit, but we're gonna try. It's hard. Crap. Come on, abs. Alright, one more. Okay. Alright, so that was a full set too. So I guess the next one I only need to go half rep ranges, because I keep jacking things up with the different expectations for what I'm supposed to do mid lift. I'm so in the zone that I forget all of like what I'm supposed to be doing, the rep ranges and stuff. I feel like I get that way a lot, where I'll do too many reps or too few reps because I get in the zone and I'm like, crap, I gotta reset. I gotta really focus my mind. Like my mind likes to wander. That's just kind of like one of my personality things. My mind is just really up in the clouds at all times, thinking, you know, sometimes about dumb stuff, sometimes really deep and creatively, sometimes like psychologically, just trying to like analyze everything. I have a very logical, like free-flowing mind, I feel like, where I just go searching for all kinds of stuff. Like sometimes it's really dumb stuff, like I'm just having a debate in my head about something stupid, like which flavor of apple is the best. I'm having like my own little debate inside my head. Or sometimes I'm really like I found that like when I'm interacting with people more so now, that like, sorry, I keep saying like a lot because I'm trying to complete trains of thoughts and I use that way too much. Saying the word like, I'm trying to stop it. But when I'm interacting with people, I try to one-on-one, as I'm seeing them. Before I would just interact with people and not think about stuff, but as I've gotten older, I psychoanalyze way too much stuff about conversations and about people's reactions to what I'm doing. It used to be in a way where I was like, oh, what are they thinking about me? Like, why are they reacting this way? Did I say something wrong? But now it's not even that. I'm just psychoanalyzing people, where I'm almost like I'm just trying to figure it out. Like I feel like I try to figure out people way harder than I used to, and I don't know what the reason for that is, but that's just what I've noticed. My mind likes to analyze and define things and make things easier to understand, you know, in a simple way. Because if I can simply understand things in a cause and effect pattern, it just makes life easier. So that's kind of how I do things. So That's what my mind does in the middle of lifts. Sometimes it gets into really deep topics, and sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing. There's just blank thoughts. It's just nothingness, but pure blankness and not focusing on anything and just going through the motions of a lift. But sorry to spat off a little bit of nonsense. Just kidding, I'm not sorry. I'm gonna spat off nonsense in all of these videos, and you guys can watch if you want, and if you don't want to, I don't care. I'm gonna still be spouting tons of nonsense. But I'm going to, that bug is loud. I'm going to hit my 5 reps real quick. So let's finish up this lift. Ooh. That wasn't even a real rep. I need to do that again. And there's our real rep. Okay. Okay, so now should be done with the workout, and let's go back to car miles. Whoosh. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, yeah, back in biceps holistically was a very good lift today. Great to get back in my normal gym doing an actual lift again. You know, it felt like basically nothing's changed. The only thing they changed was they put up some new wall art, and that's about it. So that tells you how much gyms actually update a bunch of stuff. Like, for the most part, if a gym gets a new machine, or if it gets like new like stuff, it's very, very gradual, aside from like basic maintenance and stuff. At least in my case, and most of the gyms that I've seen, they remain relatively unchanged over time, which I was reading the other day about, you know, the practicality of a home gym, because when I get older, I definitely want to start, and if I hopefully praying that I can become a homeowner and become financially, you know, stable enough in order to afford, you know, wants and being able to buy things that I, you know, would like to do outside of like a, you know, necessity and budget and stuff like that. But what I've gathered after researching it is that a home gym actually is so much cheaper than a gym subscription. If you are in a stable stage in your life where you are able to like set up a home gym, because there's like it's like what I'm trying to remember the statistics, but I think it was like $1,500 per year is it's like $1,500 to set up a basic home gym with the basic necessities that you need for a workout, and that's over the course of 10 years, you know, and you can replace it after 10 years if you want, or it could last well over 10 years because gym equipment's so like durable and stuff that it could last your kids and all that stuff. But they were saying like for the basics of a home gym, if you set that up, it's $1,500 over 10 years. And if you like go a subscription route or something, where it's like at a lot of gyms, at like private gyms or other things, it can go well into like 10 grand over 10 years, like $1,000 a year, instead of just putting a down payment on something like that and it lasting for a second. Like, it's actually kind of crazy. The benefits of a home gym, and I didn't realize that before, but it could I mean, there are downsides. It is, you have to have ample space for it. You have to be able to, you know, like, be committed enough and get the right equipment in your house and have a solid plan in order to build around a home gym. And also, like, a home gym, you will miss that, like, social aspect of the gym if you talk to people regularly at the gym, or if you, like, or just a sociable, unless you're inviting people over to come lift with you at your house, like, you'll miss that aspect of, like, encouragement from gym peers and stuff around you. So I feel like that's a lot of the reason why people get gym subscription, more for, like, the community than actually lifting. Because I see a bunch of people, you know, just talking to each other at the gym rather than working out. And I know that has a stigma around it where people are like, man, people just need to stop yapping at the gym or just, like, standing around taking up machines and stuff, which I've talked about before, because if you're doing that, you need to quit. If you're talking, you know, go off to the side, don't take up machines and stuff, obviously, if that's your case. But in a general sense of, like, you go to the gym and you're observing other people, others, you know, it's a community space, because gym almost, you know, you'll get that negativity bias online where you'll see a bunch of, like, bad characters, bad apples, I guess, in the bunch of, like, people who are negative at the gym and are getting in fights with each other and different stuff like that. But for the most part, the gym is, like, a happy, like, community experience. It's very gratifying. It's very, like, you know, I mean, not, like, dopamine inducing. It's just, like, well, kind of is, because, like, in your head, working out and stuff produces, like, happiness chemicals and, like, counteracts depression and a bunch of stuff by, you know, having your body be healthier and stuff like that. So really, it's just really dependent on a lot of things. But yeah, the gym is a very nice place, and the UPS man is at our house for some reason. But yeah, the gym is a great place for community, and it's a great place to learn and grow. Hopefully you enjoyed today, some of the ad movements, some of the car talks about different things. I'm gonna go inside, enjoy the rest of my day. Quick end to this video, real quick, but yeah, I will see you guys in another episode. Bye bye.